this composer that I would like to add. I used to watch my cousin play this game called Silent Hill, and the music quickly caught my attention because it was really eerie and scary sounding. So I decided to watch. Okay, so a little background information on Akira. He was born on February 6, 1968, and he did not start out as a musician or a composer. He went into school for interior design. He did freelance work on the side, which was composing music. Eventually he was picked up by Konami, which is a video game company, and that's how he got into soundtrack making. Eventually he created the soundtrack for Silent Hill, which was his most famous work. Having been praised for his success in the soundtrack, Akira went on to compose for the rest of the prequels that followed, and also composed the movie adaptation soundtrack for both of the movies that were made. He also composed most of the music and sound effects that were included in the game. Later on in the franchise, he also played a more important role as a series producer, while also maintaining his other role, which was his composition work. Yamaoka's sound is said to have melancholy undertones and generally identifies with dark ambient trip-hop and rock genres. Due to the success of the soundtrack, he has also composed live at concerts. Akira has since left the Konami company and joined another company called Grasshopper Manufacture, which is also a gaming company, and he has since composed and also produced games there. Recently there was rumor of another Silent Hill game, and he offered his services to make that soundtrack. Unfortunately, the game didn't end up being made, and that wasn't created. I included this quote because it kind of explains his mentality when making the soundtrack. It says, "In daily life, complete silence in one's environment is unusual, wouldn't you say? And so in the same way, things like footsteps and people staring are inlaid, even in the game. One responds to sounds that are not related to the game, and once one is pulled back to reality, one is immersed more deeply into the game world. These sorts of effects are what I'm aiming for. The probability of their occurrence is random, so the point at which these sounds are heard should differ depending on the player. Without the importance placed on atmosphere in Silent Hill, its production wouldn't be possible, right?" I chose Akira Yamaoka to make a video on because I feel like he doesn't get enough recognition like he deserves. He created a soundtrack for a game that is very atmospheric, and I would say takes you into another world. It's very eerie sounding but calming at the same time. He's definitely created a unique sound, I feel like. And I really enjoy his music because it gives me a really nostalgic feeling. Because I guess I would hear it at a young age, so I'm biased in that way. A lot of soundtracks that are created for games I feel are not praised enough or recognized, as a movie soundtrack would, or a theater one. And I feel that's really unfortunate because there's really great soundtracks out there that were made for games, which is why I made the video on Akira.